And welcome back to the Forklift Certified Gambling Podcast. I'm your host, Forklift Certified Gambling, with my co-host,
Cam the G. What's up, everybody? If you made it with us last week, you're going to be with us this week. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everyone who's still here. Shout out to y'all,
man. That is poor planning on our part, poor execution on our part. We are sorry, man. We ran into some technical difficulties, but then unfortunately we just couldn't bring y'all the product. So we apologize. Little housekeeping. We had a bad week. We had a bad week on Thursday. We had a bad week on Sunday. We went 1-5. It was a bad week. We hit the Sunday night prop. Josh Jacobs hit, and then we went 1-2 on Monday. So overall, terrible week in the books. Yeah, it was bad, but we got plenty of football left, folks. It is NFL Week 16. We got another Forklift Certified six-pack. We can't dwell on the past. We're on to a new week. We got our best foot forward. Cameron, lead it off. What you got for your first pick of the pack?
First pick, I think the Bucks are getting led by the underdog himself. The dog is barking. And sometimes the dog is favored. Give me the Bucks -4. I don't think anyone can stop them. I think they're making the push to solidify themselves into winning their division.
For my first pick of the pack, I'm taking the Steelers +6.5 against the Ravens. It is a systems play. Rah, Tomlin spot. Yes, it burned me last week, but I'm right back on it because this is the definite time that you have to take it. The Steelers as a dog in division. You gotta take it +6.5.
Next thing I'm leading into, I hate to say it, but Vikings -3 against the Seahawks. If the Packers walk in there and do some crazy stuff, I think the Vikings are going to do a little bit more spiciness. Give me the Vikings -3. I think.
For my next pick of the pack, I'm taking James Conner over 18.5 rushing yards against the Carolina Panthers. This is another play where it's the worst defense in the league going against a good running back. I don't think Kyler Murray does much against this Carolina defense, but I think James Conner has a crazy day, and I think James Conner runs all over this team. Last week, Rico Dowd ran on him for 120, 130, so I'm confident in James Conner hitting over 80.5.
Well, for my last pick of our six-pack, you live by it, you die by it. Give me the Fish. They're in home playing against a team that isn't above 500. So you know what happens, right? The Fish beat up on teams not above 500. Give me the Fish money line.
Yeah, unfortunately, as a Niners fan, this has been the downfall season for the Niners, unfortunately. And it is sad to see it go out, but we're just not playing the same type of ball. We've got a lot of injuries, and guys just aren't stepping up to the plate like they were last year. For my last pick of the pack, I'm taking, hear me out, folks, Nico Collins anytime touchdown at +165. Give me it. Last minute switch. I'm taking Nico Collins anytime touchdown. I need it like a fish needs water. This is the emotional hedge, but you got to do it sometimes, folks. This is the time that Nico pops off. I think he's going to have a good day against this Kansas City secondary. So give me Nico Collins anytime touchdown +165.
I'm sniffing it.
So that's the six-pack. That's pretty much the week. We appreciate y'all for telling with us, man. We appreciate y'all for riding with us. But I think we got one more piece of information before we go. It's the Fuck It of the Week. Cameron, what you got for your Fuck It of the Week?
So this week, I'm teasing it. Tease it down 3 points to get all three of them together, get a +160. Tease Baltimore down from 6.5 down to half a point. Detroit down from 6.5 to half a point. Cincinnati down from 8.5 to 2.5 points. Pretty much win all games by a field goal. They're all favored. I think it's easy money.
Teasing the big favorites this week. I like it. For my Fuck It of the Week, this is going to be the emotional hedge. I'm playing him this week in fantasy, and I think he has a great matchup this week against the Minnesota Vikings, one of the worst secondaries in the league. I'm taking JSN over 65.5 or 64.5. I traded him away. Now I got to play him. So this is the game that if he does burn me, I'll at least have a little bit of money on it. So this is the emotional hedge. If you want to tell, you can. If you don't, you don't. Over 64.5. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Lock it in. This has been the Forklift Certified Gambling Podcast, man. I am your host, Forklift Certified Gambling, with my co-host,
Cam G. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Y'all make sure to do all things, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Join us on the Discord. Follow our social media. X, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure to hit it. We're all linked below, man. Thank y'all for tuning in with us again, man.